Hey friends, we're on lesson 29. Go ahead and pull that one out. First direction says draw a congruent line segment. So congruent means same what? Same size, same shape. So we're going to draw a line segment that matches. This one looks like it's 3 inches even. So we're going to go down here and make one that is 3 inches. Make a dot at the end and then connect them. Nathan had 3 dimes, 4 nickels, 7 pennies. Then he lost 2 nickels and 2 pennies. Draw the coins. So I'm going to start by drawing everything. Then I'll go back and do this part. Okay, so he had 3 dimes. What's a dime worth? 10. He had 4 nickels. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's a nickel worth? 5. And he had 7 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what's a penny worth? 1. Okay, so now he lost some. He lost 2 nickels, so we're going to go back and lose 2 of these. And he lost 2 pennies, so we're going to lose 2 of these too. Okay, so we're taking them away, we're subtracting them, right? Draw the coins, got that done. How much money does he have now? So, let's start with what our dimes are worth, what our nickels are worth, and what our pennies are worth. 3 dimes is 10, 20, 30. 2 nickels is 5, 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pennies is 5, right? 30 plus 10 plus 5. So we can work that out over here if we can't do it in our head, or we can double check it over here. 30 plus 10 plus 5. Make sure that 5 makes it into the ones column, not the tens column. 0 plus 0 plus 5. 3 plus 1. So how much money does he have now? 45 cents, right? You could also write it 45 cents. We're going to practice that down here. Right. Each amount using a $sign. So when we use a $sign, we also use a decimal point. Sometimes I like to put a 0 before the decimal point just to remind myself if there's any whole dollars. And then if this is less than 100 cents, it goes after the decimal point. Now you'll notice this is more than 100 cents. So we put the $sign in, and 100 cents makes $1, and then we have 52 cents left. Okay. 6 cents. Now you'll remember I have $0, but I can't put the 6 here. There has to be two digits after the decimal point when we're talking about money. And if I put a 6 and a 0, that's actually 60 cents. So what do I have to put after the decimal point? A 0 and then a 6, right? So take a look at that. 0, 6, that's still 6, right? Sometimes we write a date like that. Like the month, instead of being just 6-1 for June 1st, Miss Musselman sometimes writes 06-01, right? If we put a 0 in front of it, it doesn't change what it's worth. And since we have to have 2 digits after the decimal point, this is 6. Shade the thermometer to show 46 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's head over here. Now I notice on this thermometer, it counts by 10. You can see that. But there's not 10 little marks in between the numbers, are there? I can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces between the numbers. So we're not counting by ones. We're probably counting by 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We're counting by twos. So shade the thermometer to show 46. So we're going to go to 40. And then we're going to count by twos. 2, 4, 6. Right there. Do it as carefully as you can. I will always tell you when it's something that you're measuring, like on a graph or a thermometer, put the line first and then fill it in after. Because if you scribble up over the line, your teacher could easily mark it wrong and not think that you knew what you were doing. Okay, 46 degrees. Find the answers, 23 plus 10 more. So we can take this 10 and add it to 20 and get 33. We can do something similar over here, but we're going to take this 10 and we're actually subtracting, right? We're going to take away a group of 10s. So 7, instead of going up to 8, 7 is going to go down to 62. All right. You can also set it up like a typical math problem where you do 72, take away 10, and subtract top to bottom. That's fine too. Whatever gets you the right answer. What will the date be a week from today? Let me check my date. So today is Friday, November 5th. So I'm gonna write that, let's write it underneath, 11-05-20. So a week from today. How many days are in a week? 7, right? If we count them up, there's 7. So this is the month. We're not gonna change that. We're gonna change only the days, because there's plenty of them left in November to count. So 7 plus 5, what's 7 plus 5? 7 plus 5 is 12, so it will be the 12th, and then the year won't change either because there's plenty of year left. It is 3:30 now. Now in your math journals, there is a page on page 10 called Clock Vocabulary, because some of these clock terms are tricky to remember. And I don't think I wrote in on yours quarter to, but quarter to is something that we say a lot up here. So you can write that one in if you want. So if the minute hand is pointing straight to the 3, it's quarter past or quarter after. That means a fourth of the clock has gone by if we cut it into fourths, or a quarter of the clock has gone by. This is half past. If it's straight down, half of the clock has gone by. This is quarter before, quarter until, or quarter to. Miss Musselman always says quarter to. That means a quarter or a fourth of the clock is left before the next hour. Okay, so what we're looking for is 3:30. Half past is straight down, half of the hour has gone past, and it's a 3:15. So it's 3 o'clock is the hour. I'm sorry, 3:30. 3 o'clock is the hour, and the hour hand's gonna try to point about halfway between the 3 and the 4, and the minute hand is going to for sure point straight down to the 6. So let's do that. 3:30. So we're going to shorthand about halfway between the 3 and the 4. And then I like to put the minute hand straight down to where I want it to point. Okay? 3:30. Now it says show the time 2 hours from now. I should have read that ahead of time. So 2 hours from now, the minute hand's going to go around once and be pointed straight down 1 hour. And it's going to go around again and be pointed straight down the same place for the next hour. So we're going to leave the minute hand just like this. 2 hours from now, we need to move the hour hand. We need to go between 3 and 4. 1 hour forward is going to be between 4 and 5. 2 hours forward is going to be between 5 and 6. So 1 jump, 2 jumps. So our hour hand is actually going to be down here. Forget I did this one. Okay. Complete the number patterns. So we go forward in our number pattern and figure out what they're doing, right? 17, 15, 13. Get your hundreds chart out if you need to count what they're doing in there. I can see that it's getting smaller. They're subtracting what? 16, 15, 14, 13. They're going 2 jumps backwards every time. So let's keep it going this way, and then we'll turn around and go this way. If you're more comfortable counting this way first, you can, but just don't start out here and don't start out here. Start next to the clues they gave you. 17, 15, 13, take away 2 is 11, take away 2 is 9, take away 2 is 7. Don't forget, you can take your number chart out to do this. Now, when I go backwards, I'm not going to take away 2. When I go backwards, I'm going to add 2, because that's the opposite of this. And I'm going the opposite way. So 13, 15, 17, we're going up by 2, 19, 21, and 23. Okay, let's figure out the rule down here. 61, 71, 81. It's getting larger, so we're adding. And when we do this, we always read left to right, just like we're reading a book. 61, 71, 81. And the tens is going up by 1, and the ones is staying the same. So I can tell that I'm adding 10 every time. So let's keep the pattern going. 61, 71, 81, 91. Now this is the trickiest jump. 91 plus 10 more is 101. And 101 plus 10 more is 111. So when we go this way, it's getting smaller, right? 81, 71, 61, 51, 41, and 31. Okay. Now they only gave us the end of our pattern on this one. So we're still going to figure out what our pattern is. But if we're going to do the opposite of whatever we figure out, if that makes sense. So 21, 14, 7. It's getting smaller, but if I go backwards, I can see they're counting by what? This jump is 7. This jump is 7. So we're going to do the multiples of 7, but we're going to work backwards. Do not start out here. Start right here by your clues. If you need to get a counting sheet or a multiplication chart out, you certainly may, or even a calculator. That's just fine. So 21 plus 7 is 28. Oops, 28. 28 plus 7 is 35. 35 plus 7 is 42. 42 plus 7 is 49. 49 plus 7 is 56. 56 plus 7 is 63. And 63 plus 7 is 70. If you're doing multiples of 7, when you get to the 10th spot, You better have 70. Otherwise, something went wrong in here and you have to fix it. Okay? That is the whole lesson. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you for getting your math facts practices done. It'll make you so much better as a mathematician, so keep up that. Have a good afternoon.